Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play a Factorio Uncut. I'm trying to hit one of these power poles. Ah, there we go. Finally got one. Because we just added a lot of miners, we added an outpost, got it all hooked up, and that's a good time to check your power just to make sure everything's okay, and currently it is not. So we need to address that, probably first. Let's take a look over here. And how many of these do we have? We have 6. All right, so we can fit 14 more on that row, and I think we want to go ahead and do that. So let's get 14 more boilers. I think that was 14. I wasn't paying attention. So we'll do that. And I noticed we got some steel furnaces in our inventory. Let's go ahead and drop these off. Okay, I guess I was going to manually build those or make my own robots do it. Not sure. And let's see. We need steam engines. So there is 5. 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3. And 5. That should cover us, right? I think so. All right, and since we're down here, let's go ahead and drop some stuff off at in the garbage area. Let's see. I had a whole bunch of stuff in here. Let's get rid of that too. Wood, chemical plants. I don't think we need those. Regular assemblers, miners. We don't need those currently. We no longer need the stone furnaces. Power poles. Actually, let's hold on to some power poles. We need those for the consistency in our builds. Wooden chests. This is probably good. Get rid of those. All right, and military science. Why no military science? Because of bullets, because of steel. All right, that doesn't need to be there. And this probably needs to go down 1. All right. So a couple of changes I do want to make to power while we're building things. 1 yellow belt of coal is actually not enough to feed the power once it's on both sides. It'll starve itself out. And another little interesting thing is a red belt will work. It's actually more than we need. However, a red belt is so fast that these burner inserters can't reliably grab off of it. So you can actually starve yourself out of power using these inserters. Unless you have it set up where it's guaranteed that this belt will always be backed up. And in some of my previous playthroughs, that's the strategy that I went for. But actually, I've actually started to use the yellow inserters here whenever we make this upgrade. And put them everywhere except for the very, very last set. So that even if power goes down, we can still reliably get coal into these guys. All right, that should be good there. Let's go ahead and just power these. So we don't spend a lot of time without any power. All right, that'll get those going, and we'll leave these here at the very end as just regular inserters, regular burner inserters, and that should work out fine. Let's see. Okay, so we want to copy this and put it there and there. And we'll turn on our robots to get all that placed. And we want to take this setup right here and do that. And we don't need that pipe at the end. And we need a pipe there. Oh, we're out of pipes. We need those. Those would be very important to have. All right, and this tree, I'll allow it. We'll leave that there. But that should get all of this running now. Okay, and now we've got power in a more reasonable area. 80 steam engines. Fantastic. All right, so that looks good. We're still building up this area down here, if I'm not mistaken. How are we looking here? Are we getting built? Slowly. I'm a little... I would like to get steel up and running. What is it? It's regular inserters. Okay. Well, we'll head down there. I want to get purple science at least set up. We're not going to be able to mass produce it until we get some of this stuff set up. But until then, we can go ahead and get everything nice and set up. So let's go ahead. We'll roll the intro, and I will see you down here at the bottom of the bus. And it doesn't give out instructions anymore. It's just this little card that has some images on it that I guess are supposed to be universal, but I guess I'm just not smart enough, because there's like a finger that's pointing to a back panel, and I don't know. I pointed at it for a good 15, 20 minutes. Nothing happened. So, I just told them to look up YouTube videos, and that's what they're doing. But anyway, I was going to come here and grab some additional items. I was going to grab some assembly machines that we have plenty of. And what's going on with the regular inserters? Oh, we're stockpiling stack inserters. Okay, and we got those. Okay, so once you guys are filled up, that's when we're... Got it. Totally understand now. Well, okay. I'll allow it. I don't know what the alternative is. We got plenty of power poles and things. All right, that should be good. Okay, so purple science, not too difficult to do here. We need electric furnaces, we need productivity modules, and rail. Electric furnaces, let's start with those. They require 10 steel, 5 advanced circuits, and 10 stone brick. Productivity modules are electronic circuits and advanced circuits, and rails, we built those actually in the mall already, is stone, steel, and sticks. So we have some shared components here on the red circuits that are needed by these and these. We've got steel that's needed by these and the railroad tracks. And then the railroad tracks also need iron as well as stone. All right, and as far as numbers, the purple science actually produces 3 purple science per crafting recipe. So the crafting recipe is 21 seconds, so it seems like it's a very long time. But to do 1 a second, just off the recipe, we would only actually need 7, because we're creating 3 each time it runs. And at this point, I think I'm going to pull out my little cheat sheet that I often use, and that is a website right here, kirkmcdonald.github.io. There'll be a link down in the description, where you can actually do all these calculations for me, for yourself. As the recipes get a little bit more complex, sometimes it's hard to get the information that this just provides you just very easily. I did spreadsheets for a long time, and they were helpful. It's a very, very fun spreadsheet exercise if you're into that sort of thing, or want to learn how to use spreadsheets more, what's the word I'm looking for here? If you want to learn to use spreadsheets better, go ahead and do that. I encourage it. It's a fun learning experience and kind of gives you an idea of how the inner mechanics work. But if you're not into that garbage, or if you've, like me, you did it so many times and the recipes keep changing, and then you get into modules and you want to know all this information, this website right here is just fantastic. Basically, you come over here on your settings tab and you just kind of set up, what kind of assembly machines do you want to use? What kind of belt? Actually, I'm going to flip that over to transport, just yellow transport belt. And if you have modules, you're going to be using those. You can throw those down in here and do those calculations as well. Just keeping in mind that the beacons, this number is how many beacons are going to cover the area, but it's not the beacons, it's actually the modules in the beacons. So if you had a assembly machine with 2 beacons on it, and each one of them had 2 speed modules in it, 4 would go into here. We want the number of speed modules, not the actual number of beacons, which makes sense if you think about it. But once you set that up, you just come up here and you add the items you want and put the items per minute or items per second if you have that setting set. And it basically tells you how many machines you need and how much raw materials you need in order to make that occur. I used to kind of consider this cheating. I don't anymore because I've done it the hard way. And this is it's just too fantastic. So this gives us all we need for everything. But there is a shortcut over here, thank you, Cornosian, that you can click on, and that will actually take you to that particular element. So I clicked the one on the purple science, and that will break purple science out into its own little section. And reading this is kind of... Well, let's just take a look at what we're looking at here. Okay, so this is 9.4 machines, 9.4 assemblers we need to get our 60 items a minute on the production science. And if we look back here on what we were looking at earlier, we've got our 21-second crafting time. So we would need 7 machines. The assembly machines go at 0.75, so if we take our calculator and do 7 divided by 0.75, we get our 9.333333, and this website is actually going to round up because it does, and gives us 9.4. So actually, we need 10 machines running here is what we need to do that. And then it just carries it on down. In order for that, we're going to need 2.3 machines making electric furnaces. To support that, we're going to need 5.4 furnaces smelting stone brick. And then we're going to need 6.7 productivity machines. And to do the productivity and the electric furnaces, we actually need 26.7 red circuit machines. So we're going to need a couple more. Tells us the plastic we need, and some of this is kind of misleading. Well, not misleading. That's not the word. You just have to know how to read the information you're looking at. So this is telling me that I need 5.6 electric circuit machines, and I do. But it's not just for the productivity modules. It's actually for the productivity and the advanced circuits. So little things like that to keep in mind. Another common area down here is it's saying we need 3.5 belts of iron to run all this. Some of this iron is actually going into making steel. We're accounting for that there. So if we click on this, it'll take that out, and it does this. Let's see. Do I refresh that to make that go away? Someone was telling me I could right-click something and make it go away, but that does not happen. So now we take steel out of the equation because we're actually going to be making that, and that takes that number down to, we just need 0.8 belts. So yeah, no, primarily, I mean, it also gives you the power usage. It gives you a lot of information, but what I'm primarily interested in is the number of belt stuff we need, as well as the number of machines. So let's get to kind of laying this out. Productivity modules, we need 6.7. We need 7. And we're going to have 10 machines there. Is that math going to work out? Let's just lay some machines down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not so much. That's 10 machines right there. Okay, let's put in a little bit of buffer here and maybe another couple more and start making stuff right here. We needed 4 machines making electric furnaces, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just double check that number. 2.3. We actually need 3 of them. All right, good information to know. And let's see, for railroad track, we actually need 4 of those making. And 1.7 stick, so I think 2 to 1 would work right there. So if I made a little bit of space here and did that, and that, that, and that. We made you rail, and you would be the iron sticks. Let's see, if we had a line coming here and a line going here, do we need more than one belt, or more than one lane, I should say, of any of these items coming in? 0.3 on the red circuit, so that should be fine. 0.6, but that's also requiring that. So if we took those off, that drops down to 0.2. So we need less than a lane of green circuits. Iron, 0.8. Okay, so we actually may need a full belt of iron coming in. No, wait a minute. Let's see, we just need iron for the tracks. So if we break those out, take away the steel, that turns into 0.2. So that is actually less than half of a lane of iron. Because this iron count right here is actually calculating what we need for the electronic circuits as well. And we're making those elsewhere. That doesn't factor into here. So that's good. Stone, that's going to be accounting for brick as well. So we take that down. That is 0.4, which is less than half a lane. And brick was 0.3, so we should be good there. Okay, just wanted to make sure we could share. We could share and share alike. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what I was looking for there. I'm going to these to be productivity modules. And this belt coming in is going to be red circuits and green circuits. So you will need to grab from that. And you guys can just grab from these. You guys don't need to grab from this side, but you will need to place out onto this line. Railroad track. How much railroad track do we need? We actually need 0.7, which is more than half of a lane. I was going to try to share this, but it doesn't look like that's going to work. You guys are going to have your own lane coming out. But, you guys can share a lane. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay. So if that is stone and steel, and that stone brick and steel... Actually, stone brick and steel we're going to want on the top. And let's see, steel is going to have to go all the way down. because the tracks are going to need it. And this is going to have to go all the way down too. Actually, now that I'm thinking about that, I want to take that up a belt, I believe. And double that up. Because I want fast inserters spitting these guys out because they produce 2 every 0.5 seconds. And that's a lot. This may end up not working out. We'll see. We'll see if it ends up working out. Yeah, we're gonna need all those components. We take this that way. We're going to think if there's another way to do this, a perhaps better way to do this. I mean, the obvious answer is to leave this here like it is, and then build this stuff down here even further. But I'm not sure I'm wanting to do that. Why did I have 2 here? I don't understand why I did that. Red circuits are going to come from down here. And if this line is steel and stone, that will be just fine. This line would need to be iron. I'm worrying about what I'm contemplating here is being able to make this work so that it goes out fast enough. And I'm sure it'll probably be just fine. Let's just go with this. We can always revisit it later if we need to. Okay, I've been wasting enough time here. Let's take you guys out. We're going to need 2 lines coming in. We need 10 of these machines, making the good old purple science. And that should be 7. And that'll be 8, 9, 10. And if this line comes in right here, and this line comes in right here, that's gonna give us everything we need. We definitely want the railroad track line coming in closer because this requires 30 of those, while the others, it only requires 1. So we can do like a situation like this. And there might be something to be said for actually evening up the number of these and making it direct insert, but the longer I contemplate these designs, the more I'm just like, yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. And that can be trimmed off there. You will produce the science. You will produce 3 every 21 seconds. So I think the regular inserters are going to be good enough. And let's run up here real quick and just see if we've actually started stockpiling those yet, if we've caught up. We have. And what are we missing as far as stuff is concerned? Basically just regular power poles. Interesting. I happen to have some of those in my little inventory right here. Now we're requesting 11 regular power poles that we don't have. I happen to have 20 in my inventory, so that should take care of that. We should have robots coming to go build those, and then everything that we've requested to be constructed should be constructed. Yeah, we're missing a power pole there. And we're getting attacked over there. And probably missing some power poles here as well. Yeah. All right. Well, that should get it going. What was I doing? Inserters. And we got those. Okay. Let's get this out. You're producing like 2 every, you're producing a lot. You're producing a lot. So you are going to be bringing in... Oh, do we not have any long hands either? Great. We're going to have steel on this line, all right? And stone and iron on that line. Is that going to make sense? Maybe. We'll just see. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You just need the iron, which is going to be on the outside lane. Go ahead and double that up and see if this is going to work out. The answer to that is no, unfortunately. Just 1, 1, and 1. All right, let's make one line, and we'll see if let's not prematurely optimize. All right, let's just run it and see how it works out. This right here. We don't need these running full time. We've got more machines than we need. This is fine. This is good. All right, so these are going to be producing on that side. We need to use this section right here to put a priority splitter in to get these on the other side of the belt. Output priority right. And then you guys can come in here and fill out the difference here. Ooh, let's see. We can move these on this side. Do kind of like a mirror thing. Make it look intentional, like we know what we're doing. There we go. That will go up there. You need... Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, this is coming in right here. Will this stretch? Does that stretch? It does. Okay, good. We can double that up. All right, so that'll bring in those. We'll have these coming in here. Railroad tracks. And I think that does it. All right, I've been going on a little bit long here. It's been a fairly long episode. It's been a couple of days. I'm not gonna give excuses. I've got excuses. If you'd like some, I have some. I keep some over here in this cup next to my computer, specifically for times like this. Yeah, I'll probably come in the next episode and wonder what was I doing here and rework it. But I think for now this works. I think it's going to give us purple science, which is really all we need it to do. All right, well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas, and hope you have a wonderful and happy New Year as well. Boy, it's always something, isn't it? All right, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.